Hey, this is James Smith. We're here with another devotional thought today. We're looking in John chapter 6. We're going to be looking at verses 35 through 40. Let's look at this passage and see what it says. It says, Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger, and whoever believes in me shall never thirst. But I say to you that you have seen me, and yet do not believe. All that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never cast out. For I have come down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me. And this is the will of him who sent me, that I shall lose nothing of all that he has given me, but raise it up in the last day. For this is the will of my Father, that whoever looks on the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life, and I will raise him up upon the last day. This is a good passage. I love how Jesus is. Here Jesus goes back and he immediately equates himself back to the days of Exodus. When he says, I am the bread of life. In other words, he was equating, look in the days of old, in the Exodus times, when your forefathers were roaming around looking for the promised land, lost in their journey, God provided manna from heaven. He provided bread for them. He provided substance for them. When they were thirsty, Moses could speak or hit the rock, and they provided water for them, that I cleaned up bitter waters for them. And he said, look, this is what I am for you. I am the bread of life. I am the water. I am that substance that prolongs you. I am the nourishment that you are looking for. Jesus says, these are the things that I am to you. And he says, I am this, and whoever hungers will never hunger again. Whoever thirsts will never thirst again if you do this. But they had a problem. Their problem was they could not believe in who he was. They couldn't understand and grab a hold of what he was saying. They couldn't believe in it and say, look, this is what we're accepting. They had that problem. And Jesus was trying to assure them, even as he's trying to assure us today, that if you trust in me, if you put your faith in me, if you put your substance in me and understand that I am your nourishment, I will never cast you out. Here Jesus is denouncing the whole bill of divorce. He's saying, look, Moses gave you the opportunity to put aside divorce and to break apart, that at any whim of a hands you will be passed aside. But he's assuring the people, look, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to forsake you. I'm not going to let you go no matter what takes place in our relationship. No matter what happens, I'm going to be the nourishment for you. I'm going to be the substance for you. He says, I would never cast you out. I would never cast you out. Whoever comes to me, I'll never cast you out. I'll never put you aside. I'll never lay you down. I'll never get tired of you being my beloved. I'll never get tired of you being my purpose and my heart. He says, I will be with you. I will be with you, because this is the will of my Father. It's the will of what God has, that I won't divorce you, but I will be there with you, nourishing you and loving you. And he says, look, if you come to me, I guarantee you this. He says in verse 40, he says, and this is the will of my Father, that whoever looks on the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life. This is his will, that we have life with him forever, that our life is never giving up, is never ending, but goes on and on with him. I don't know about you, but this excites me. This makes me happy to know that my nourishment, my strength is found in Jesus Christ. My hope and my future is found in him. And all that he requires of me, all that he desires of me, is to simply say that, Lord, I believe in you. I believe that you are the Son of God. I believe in you, Jesus Christ. I believe that you are the nourishment, that you are the water that I need, the thirst. And so I'm coming after you. No, I'm not perfect. I haven't gotten everything together, but I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. He didn't say that you arrived, that you've done it. It's a process. He even uses words. He says, whoever comes after me. In other words, this is a process we're going through. We're walking this thing out together. We're going to walk this thing out together. It's not one meal, but it's meals. It's a feast that we're taking together. And if you come to me, I won't leave you. I won't push you aside. This is an assurance that we have from him. And so as you're going throughout your weekend, as you're going throughout your day today, remember this assurance that you have with Jesus Christ, that he wants to be that bread of life for you. He wants that relationship with you. He wants to be your substance. He wants to be your bride. He wants to be the groom in your life, that you are the bridegroom and he's the groom, that he won't cast you aside, but he's right there with us. And if we allow him to be with us, if we allow him into our hearts, he wants to give us eternal life. This is the will. He says, this is the will of my Father, that I won't lose not one, that cast not aside one, but that all men should come to him. This has been another devotional time. I pray that you've been blessed.